It's according.
What's up, everyone, and welcome. Today, I'm going to be giving you my NFL selections for Week 4. I got some upsetters, and I also got some favorites. Let's get things started. For the first game, the Thursday night game, it's going to be the Detroit Lions versus the Packers. And in this game, I have the Packers to win as the underdogs and the score to be under 46 points. I was looking that game over. They're both evenly it can be evenly matched. I just think just a little bit that Jordan Love is going to give a little more big shot for the Packers to win over the Lions. On Sunday, October 1st, for the game, the early game is I got the game, the Atlanta Falcons versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Also for that game, everyone's gonna be going for Jacksonville. They think that their quarterback's the best. But for me, I have it that the underdog's gonna win. The Atlanta Falcons will give them a good upsetter, and the game's gonna be a high scoring game. So it's gonna be over 43 points. The next game, it's going to be the Miami Dolphins versus the Buffalo Bills. Tua's been on a hot streak, been doing everything right, getting some high scores in that last game, over 70 points for them to win. But for me, I think this Buffalo Bills is going to be a little more tougher. They're not going to get that much high of a score. And I think that Buffalo's defense may be a little harder than other teams have expected. Even the Dolphins have expected that the Bills are going to have a rough and tough defense, and also their offensive line and their runners, and they're getting some good pass plays. So for me, I think that the Buffalo Bills are going to win as the favorites, and the score is going to be kind of low, and it's going to be under 53.5 points. The next game is going to be the Minnesota Vikings versus the Carolina Panthers. Both teams are 0-3. I see this game, the Vikings are going to win. I think that their offense is going to be a little more tougher than the last time that they just barely lost. Carolina, I haven't seen so much from them, so I believe that the Minnesota Vikings are going to win, and they're the favorites of minus 195. For the next game, it's going to be the Denver Broncos versus the Chicago Bears. I have the Bears. I haven't seen so much out of them. Also the Broncos. But I think the Broncos team is going to be a little tougher. I think that Russell Wilson or whoever's going to be the quarterback is going to give them a bigger chance. And they're not going to let anyone score so much. It's going to be a low-scoring game, I believe. So I believe that the Broncos are going to win, and it's going to be, they're the favorites of minus 170. For the next game, it is the excuse me, the Baltimore Ravens versus the Cleveland Browns. Both teams are 2-1. I possibly that the Browns may have a good shot and win as a long shot, but for me, I may see that they're gonna be a little tougher, and they believe that these Ravens are gonna be a little easier than they expected, but I don't see that. I see that the Ravens are gonna win as the long shots at plus 125. In this game, it's gonna be kind of high. I believe it's gonna be over 41 points. The next game is the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Texas Titans. The Houston Texans, excuse me. For that game, I see that the Steelers are going to be a lot tough. They'll be a whole lot tougher in this game. They're going to be getting them. Pickett's going to be throwing their passes and getting it out and completing them. Possibly not going to be long as they used to be, but they're going to give their long, short passes to keep their plays going and get some rushing yards to be able to keep this game going and to win. So for me, I see that it's going to be kind of a low scoring game. At the points, I believe it's going to be at under 42 points. And I have the favorites of the Pittsburgh Steelers to win. For the next game, it is the LA Rams versus the Indianapolis Colts. And for this one, I see the Rams have been having troubles at their game, not able to get any passes going or anything like that. So for me, I think that the favorites, the Indianapolis Colts, are gonna win this game, and it's gonna be they're the favorites at minus 120. For the next game, it is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the New Orleans Saints. With Carr getting his injuries and last week having that injury, I don't think he may play, but even with the other one, the other quarterback may have it. The backup quarterback may have a shot at coming in too at giving a good score. But I don't see that. I see that Tampa Bay is gonna be the underdogs and win this game. They're gonna show that they have the ability to be able to run and pass right at the time. And I believe this score is gonna be a short score. Defenses are gonna be getting them so much that they're not gonna be able to get so many scores in at this game. They're gonna be tight. So for me, at Buccaneers are the underdogs at plus 148, and the score is gonna be at under 40.5. The next game is gonna be the Washington Commanders versus the Philadelphia Eagles. I see that the Eagles are going to win this one clear out and good. And they're at 3-0, and the Commanders are 2-1. They may give them a good shot, but I see that the Eagles are going to be just a little too much for the Commanders, and they're going to win this game, and they're going to become 4-0, stay undefeated. So I have the Eagles as the favorites at minus 380. The next game I have is the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Tennessee Titans. For that game, I have it. They're both going to be kind of difficult. Burrows may have a shot at staying in if he has no injuries and no defense. But the defense for the Titans may give him a good game and may be able to get Burrows in a tight squeeze to make some mistakes. So for this one, I see the Tennessee Titans as the underdogs to win this game at plus 123. For the next game, I have the LA Chargers versus the Las Vegas Raiders. For this game, Garoppolo may have has been pretty good with the Raiders and giving a good shot, but also I believe that Justin Herbert is a little bit more better and give some pass plays and will have a better passing game than a running game. So I believe that the LA Chargers are going to win this game as the favorites at minus 260. The next game I have is going to be the New England Patriots. Excuse me for my throat's been catching up, but versus the Dallas Cowboys. Both the the New England Patriots are at 1-2, and the Dallas Cowboys are at 2-1. For me, I see that the favorites are going to win this game. We'll see how Prescott does, if he's able to get this game as what they need and stay on at least above par so they can have a good game here. For me, I see the Cowboys are winning at minus 300. The next game I have is the Arizona Cardinals at 1-2 versus the 3-0 San Francisco 49ers. For me, I was seeing how this one was. I see both teams being evenly out. I believe that the 49ers are going to be able to score a little bit more and possibly even stay as undefeated here in this game. I think that they're going to give the Arizona Cardinals a tough game in defense. They're not going to be able to show. The Cardinals aren't going to be able to get as many runs or anything like that as they always like to try to do. So for me, I have it as the San Francisco 49ers to win this game at minus 900. For the next game, it is the Kansas City Chiefs versus the New York Jets. For me, then the Chiefs are 2-1 and the Jets are at 1-2. I see this one is clear out. I believe that the Chiefs are going to win this game as the favorites at minus 500. And for the Monday night game, it is the Seattle Seahawks out 2-1 versus the New York Jets at 1-2. For me, Seattle has had a tough time at getting into any game and not be able to show as much, especially against teams that they believe that are too easily to win. So for me in this one, I see the Giants to win they're gonna be the favorites in this game. Clear out, and I see them winning this game at minus 120. So for me again, if you'd like to hear some more of my games next week, I'll be giving out some more of my games so you guys can see it, and let's see how this week does. Last week I was like 9. I had 9 winners out of there, especially some great underdog that won. Like I had the Cardinals to win last week, and also some good overs in that game. So, well, let's remember when you're cashing with the wolf, it's howling time. And let's see how this week goes, and let's make some money.